best production in the scene. Be ready for more. That being said, we're getting ready for our first game. You can see it on the screen, a little live look. We have Cobra Kai going up against Elevate, the red monsters that they are. Man, this Elevate squad is going to be so tough to beat, but I believe in Cobra Kai. I hope that we get to see a game 5. I want this to go the distance.
Yeah, I'm getting excited, man. I'm getting excited. We're going to start off with Oddball Eden. The players are getting ready to go now. And, man, you've said it all. You said it all. I don't have that much more to say. So, yeah, let's just get into this game. I want to see some more Halo. This has been phenomenal. And dude, you've been crushing it on the mic this whole time. Just, you know, your endurance is just inspiring, you know, to be able to come on here, give the energy that you've had, talk about this game in the way that you've talked about it. Yeah, I'm speechless.
Well, there we go. Now, you know, we can stop talking about ourselves and we can start talking about these incredible players in the game. We just saw this team Cobra Kai come from the losers bracket to meet Elevate in the losers final. Elevate playing such a close series between Flyers. It came down to the wire. Let's see what happens this time as Vemzi's making the quick push over into the opposing base. Off the screen. Oh, there we go. I was on the wrong screen. In fact, we're on Swish now. He got the overshield off the rip, and Carmira has the sniper rifle. We see the one-on-one battle as Swish Fives takes down Carmira. Oh my gosh, I came back and I'm tongue-tied already there. Carmia. Love Carmia. This young guy, he's one of the newer ones in the scene. He's been absolutely popping off. I love that he's gotten this opportunity with Elevate, and I want to see him continue on his reign of terror as he hits Bomex with the snapshot. 3 players going down for Cobra Kai as Elevate's going to start getting the initial time of the game.
Yeah, they are. Now this Carmia is taking that sniper with him as he rotates over into red base. Looks like they're going to set up in there. As you can see, Cobra Kai just sort of trying to flood from outside. Carmia not going to be able to quite hit any sniper shots. He's still going to hold this angle, though, but that player is going to just push him as Vemzi's going to clean up the 5 there. Carmia now rotating up into the lower cat. He's not quite able to. Beautiful moves by BoMX, surviving long, but it's going to be not long enough. Carmia is going to find him now, trying to stay alive here, just doing an excellent job. That ball is going to be played, though, a little bit too much pressure. They put on 24 points, and this is kind of what Oddball does, right? You have these like swings back and forth as now Rudman with Neurological trying to take a more aggressive stance, getting the reversal on ball.
And look at Neuronical. He's going to be able to push up. He needs to get to this ball carrier and stop this Cobra Kai squad from getting time. He turns around, and this is what's so good about Neuronical is his shot is just absolutely steady as he just lasers down Bomex. After he got first shot put into him, he comes out, he gets the damage necessary for that kill and more, and they're going to be able to steal away some time from Cobra Kai. And look at him already rotating back to the turbine to get in position for the overshield.
You know, we have the player outlines here, Garrett, but like it just seems that they know where all these players are anyway. Neurological just like has a laser for every single player. As now his teammate Carmia is able to grab this overshield and take a good position up here in blue window. Gonna drop down momentarily, but his team has the ball outside, and so he's gonna rotate back. And this is smart to me, right? He rotates back. Ball carrier's gonna drop that just to throw a grenade, just zone them out. And looks like this time they're gonna want to rotate into blue base. Didn't quite like red, so now they're gonna try this side of the map.
And they honestly, ever since they took down those players out of tower, thanks to the initial push that Neuronical made, they've just held on to this ball. I think they just got about 40 to 50 seconds of uncontested time, and that's just so impressive, especially on a map like Eden where it's so easy to get at these players and to start to force plays. The fact that they got that much time uncontested, ooh, hard word, is just incredible as Eli Elite is taking that ball over back to the blue band as they're getting ready to make a push over into this turbine. 2 players from Elevate are in the way, and Nemesis is unable to take them out, but Swish was able to grab the sniper rifle while all that action was happening, and it's going to be up to him to get some picks and to open up this lane for his team. He has 2 in front, can't quite get it. Who is that? Is it Eli Elite, man? He wants his head to get blamed by Swish, man. He was just jumping in front of that sniper rifle as Swish lands down the shots to the player at Blue Alley. He'll get that call out for his teammate, and that player should go down momentarily. Now, Swish, he needs to drop this BR. That's the next thing he needs to do, because that BR is hot garbage. You are not going to get a kill with it.
Yeah, I don't know why he has that. It must have been a little bit of a misclick there. One thing I want to notice, or I want to point out here, is that the this Elevate squad, they were really sticking together. They were holding a lot of the same angles for quite a while, and I think in some regards that works really well. But in others, right, you can see there's just been really good control from Cobra Kai, being able to sort of like, well, they just lock down those angles and get those slays, and basically making sure that they can't make anything happen. Is now Swish going to rotate out, going to grab that overshield. Now he's going to pinch in on these players, going to get that initial kill, going to go ahead and help his teammates. Somebody's trying to run away, top sniper, and they're going to have this ball now control. And I think now we're going to start to probably see a swing in the other direction here. And as you pointed out, Garrett, I think this is going to be just a back and forth game, and I'm loving this this teamwork out of everybody here right now as we see Elevate squad just sort of flood, as I mentioned, that one angle. And now I am incorrect. They are going to now hold down this blue base.
Well, I mean, Swish, he had the overshield, but there's not much you can do in that 1v3 scenario. He put down as much damage as possible, but not quite able to get the kills necessary. But we have seen the response from Cobra Kai. They got back into this space. They're going to hold on to this ball one more time, and they need to get about a 30-second hold right here if they want to get themselves really back in a great situation. You know, they had the players spawning on the opposite side. Ball is safe for now. It just comes down to the individual pivs that need to be won. Bomex is going to have one here at the blue door versus the light rifle. He puts in a couple shots and backs down. He is the last line of defense at this blue door, and he is down in the fight. He gets taken out, and now it's going to leave the blue door open for all these players that Elevate to push, and we see them starting to rotate this ball, but the rotation, in my opinion, is coming too late, as we're going to see them die. At least they got out in the open, but right away it's caught by Simply Fear Me, and they're just going to retake this blue base. What a break from Elevate, and they're going to get a little bit of time with it. But as I say that, Bomex and Swish get 2 critical kills over in that blue alley to keep the ball for now. So once again, we're just seeing really back and forth gameplay of these teams trying to find an initial break and hold, and so far it's Cobra Kai that's coming out on top.
Yeah, it really is, though. The lead has been cut just a little bit here, although they, you know, favoring to keep it over in blue base. And we're just seeing, like, pinch after pinch as now, of course, this ball just keeps getting formed out. And Carmilla with this jump, I seen him make this before. I was looking for clips of him. He wanted to get back up into that base, not quite able to do it. Bohm's going to just cut him out on that one. Definitely a difficult jump to make, and I think you might actually have to bump it a couple times to make it happen. As we see here, they are going to now get the overshield this time and potentially go now pressure this ball. But look at this rotation coming in, simply being able to take out a lead who had that ball, is now they're going to rotate over through here, try and pick that one up. And Bemsy has this sniper rifle, and we saw him on Money 2s take some heads as he takes his first one there on Bohm.
And Neurotical, man, he makes big play after big play. That's all he does, man. That overshield was coming up. He had a 1v2 scenario, and he ended up clutching it up and killed that overshield player just in the nick of time for them to keep that overshield for their team, and that allowed them to get the sniper rifle and control of the ball, and now they're starting to get quite a bit of time. This is what Cobra Kai's been missing, is that they haven't been able just to secure the ball and just hold it for extended periods of time, while it seems as if Elevate, that's where their bread and butter has been. They wait for their opportunity, and then they hold for as long as possible. They're never going to sell. It's only going to go to the moon if you stay with Elevate on these oddball game types. 108 to 76 in their favor. Neurotical once again in that prime position to make a play, but a player is coming up from behind, and that's Bohm X. I thought he was getting hit by a BR, but then I don't see anyone with a BR. Man, I feel like we've seen a lot of BR action today, surprisingly. But yeah, this is just back and forth on Cobra Kai and Elevate. It seems like one team will get their hold and start pulling away with the game, and then something goes wrong. Some individual fight is won by the opposing team, and they're able to cut away or extend out their lead as Cobra Kai finds another 10 to 15 seconds. And look at them. They're already on top of the ball. They're starting to get it the other way, but Neurotical comes up big once again. I've seen him have that Top Gun medal time and time again this tournament. He is absolutely slaying out for this Elevate roster, and you have to say, like, is there a spot available for him to take over this Elevate roster? Because I feel as if he's really proving that he belongs to be a part of these main 4.
I mean, you pointed out that he just makes big play after big play, because every time I see him do anything, I'm like, oh, and yeah, he gets the kill, or oh my gosh, and then he puts on all this damage. Like, that was just amazing there. The work with the plasma pistol, just doing all he's doing, as we see Carmilla is not able to take anything up top mid. Looks like red team, Cobra Kai, gonna sort of take this position up on top cat, as we see the Neurological trying to again make a big play there. He stays alive for a little bit, drops that ball, and yeah, I mean, this game is going much in their favor here.
And there we go. All these players from Elevate are falling, and the ball is going back into favor of Cobra Kai, but Simply Fear Me lands a beautiful nade, and that is going to tag up Swish enough for him to fall in that closet, and that ball is in a precarious spot. These players from Red Team, Cobra Kai, need to find these kills over at Red Base and quickly take care of this ball carrier, and it's mainly going to be up to Bomex. He's getting great shots, and he finds the Ronicle at the last second and could potentially find a double kill. Swish comes in with the help, and that is a massive play from Bomex. They lose that game if he does not find those couple kills, and now they have their opportunity to bring it back. They have full control of the map. They're spreading out perfectly. They just need to find their individual kills, and they can do this. But Vemzy has the sniper rifle, and he's looking for some heads to peel.
This is dangerous. This is dangerous. He's got good angles here. They're pushing him and Simply do it. He rotates back around. They grab this ball. It's 135. They only need just a little bit more of time. Yeah, that was huge earlier from Cobra Kai. Swish with that nice grenade, keeping his teammate alive. They're able to get some good ball time, but looks like they're doing the same thing now. But Vemzy going to elect to stay alive with the sniper, take a different angle. Never seen anyone really go down here with this. See, now switches smartly to his pistol, cleans up Swish. Now looks like they're going to be up a player, going to move over, going to get that ball kill. Did it fall off? There's a good double happening. He's not necessarily going to chase this player, leave it for his teammate as he goes up. Still has one bullet in the chamber. Going to get the back smack on Bohm, and now looks like this one is going to be done, Garrett. Game one most likely going in favor of Elevate here.
Sorry, I was just opening up my stock trading app, and I was just buying myself a couple hundred shares in Vemzy, because that kid just absolutely won the game for his team with those sniper plays at the end. I thought it was maybe a little bit of a controversial play to move back into the turbine, but he found Swish unsuspectingly, and then he pushed straight over and blamed some kids with the sniper rifle. He went 22 and 14 that game. Absolutely massive from him. And then once again, shout out to Neronical. He went 20 and 19, but he was all over the map laying down damage. But Vemzy coming out as a clear-cut main slayer, power weapon specialist for his team, and making the big difference. And once again, I feel like this is the battle between Neronical and Swish Fives, as we see Swish on the other team, 21 and 14 with 12 assists, doing what was necessary for his team to win as well. Just happened to fall the other way.
Yep, and I think, you know, with one that went so close here, a Slayer will really be indicative of I think who has the upper hand, because even so, you know, the Slays there in that game really quite even. So I'm curious to see what happens in the next one, especially as you said, this neurological versus Swish kind of how that evolves, because I think those two were sort of the X factor of each team here. Especially, of course, you can't discount Vemzy's play at the end with that sniper, but that's something we at least expect out of him at this point.
Yeah, I mean, that was absolutely critical from Vemzy. I mean, like, for him to come out and just basically clear the entire Cobra Kai side is just incredible. But it's like, when you see Neronical only went +1, but when you see the plays that he made and like the impact kills that he had, to me, he becomes that, like, I can't really quite name him the MVP after what Vemzy did at the end, but he becomes that player that was so necessary for their victory. Carmia trying to hit that jump. Carmia did that twice, by the way. He tried to kneecap his way off the engine to throw the ball into the window, just barely missed it, and then tried to spring jump up the wall that way. I mean, you can definitely tell that he feels comfortable with his movement, not quite able to execute on either of those, but it's always fun to see players trying to pull out all the stops when they're playing in a tournament, such as Carmia was trying to do in this game.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to pull out all the stops, right? I mean, it's not quite football where you have a play that you want to, you know, keep a secret or whatever for the enemy for playing, but certainly, you know, learning all the fancy little jumps, all the different things that can gain you an advantage, and in that particular one, being able to just hop right from bottom mid up to blue base, like, that's huge. I mean, that's such a power position there. As we see, you know, again, each of these players, like, I was really impressed here with Bohm's ability to stay alive, and that Swish grenade, right? You mentioned this. That was a huge moment for them to potentially come back in that game right there.
Oh man, it's crazy how close this game was, and this hold from Cobra Kai was so good. All they needed though was just one player to be in that tower faster, because they got trapped sort of in that back area in red because the push from tower kept them back. They would have had a player maybe staying sneaky at the Snickers and letting them push through. I think that would have been a great spot for them to be at. But at the end of the day, Vemzy did what was necessary for them to clutch up. I love this. Oh God, we're about to see some crazy Vemzy plays right here. I can't wait for it because he really just came in and finished the game. We see him get the one shot, and then he switches to the sniper rifle and hits everything necessary.
Yeah, I mean, pulling off that shot right there on that player, boosts over the nade, doesn't chase that player, just rotates over, going to take this top position. But of course, that player is not trying to chase somebody else, so he just comes in. They get the good pinch. I mean, you can see the teammates there, and this is something that I've noticed that Elevate does a lot, is that they really like to stick together. They overload one side, and they just overwhelm and fly. And that's something that I think we know a couple of these guys to do. They really love to fly, and that's hard to beat when they're just, you have such amazing shots that these guys have, and they really do. They don't miss.
I'm curious as to what our best of 5 rotation is. I didn't quite get to catch it before, but I wonder what Slayer we're going to be playing next, because it really does depend for me. Is if there's a sniper rifle on the map, I'm always going to give the advantage to Elevate because of how great Vemzy is with that sniper rifle. We're going to be going on to Regret, so you couldn't ask for a better map, in my opinion, for Cobra Kai. We've seen them consistently win on Regret today, so hopefully they can keep that going so we go to 1-1. And then, man, those last 2 matches, they're going to be hard for Cobra Kai to pull out. Both of them heavy snipe maps. You have to isolate Vemzy out and make sure he doesn't go to the sniper rifles. I have Cobra Kai taking the Slayer and the next Stronghold, so I think those are strongly in their favor. So I think we're going to another game 5.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely see it. Although I will say, you know, Regret is such a fast-paced map, I guess, right? It's one where you consistently want to go in and collapse on another team, and so I wonder. I mean, I think ultimately I agree with you. I think my opinion is a sort of a 60-40 though, because I definitely think there's the speed, even without having such of the power weapons like a sniper rifle in the hands of Vemzy, but the speed and the precision that Elevate, you know, is capable of can really overwhelm you on Regret, right? There's a lot of these like angles and stuff that you can easily get from bottom mid to top mid with all these like nice little boost jumps and stuff, and you know, I mean, the plasma caster is a decent zoning weapon as well. I don't know. I think this one's going to go pretty hard the limit. Like I think we're going to see like a 50-40 game maybe. You know, I think it's going to be close.
Well, that being said, we're only moments away from this game coming into action. That overshield, that initial grab is going to be so fun to watch. I love to see which teams really just go for it right away and use that there's a little incline right when you go into that pit of bottom mid that you could use. If you slide at the right time, you'll get a slide that is just so much faster than anything else, and you'll see players use it to get the overshield. But there it is, Vemzy, he just thrusts straight into it, and he's able to get away as Swish wasn't able to put in the shots necessary for them to die. But yeah, that's 2 going down straight away for Cobra Kai, and the overshield in the hands of Vemzy. This is looking like a great start for Elevate.
See, and this is what I'm talking about, the speed in which that they fly, and they fly all together too, right? Now, a little bit separated here as Vemzy has this overshield. He's going to rotate down bottom, but he's not going to get that player. He's going to get back smacked by Swish, or at least beat down, so that overshield is no longer in play. They are still in the lead, so we move over now to simply Fear Me's POV, and they're keeping this high ground, right? Something that's very, very important, as we see too. Carmilla getting caught a little bit out there with Swish. This guy, you know, I saw him struggle in the stats in some of the other games, but he really turns it up when he needs to. He's a team player. Beautiful nades. That's the second time I've seen him throw a nice nade as they bring this one back up. Take the lead now, and yeah, this is going back and forth. Nemesis taking out Carmilla off stream here, but yeah, Swish now moving in. They're collapsing exactly as they need to. Taking these angles. I like the deliberateness out of the way that they're moving here. I'm assuming that their communication is really on point as well. And just making sure that they're only taking the angles they need to. Nice trade there going in. And that is what this Cobra Kai team needs to do, is they need to trade when they can and then just take map control.
And so far, I mean, this is Cobra Kai has been doing a great job of getting back up here, getting the shots necessary to clear out these lanes as Boom X hits a perfect kill on Vemzy, and then Nemesis follows it up with finding his kill on Carmera, and then they team up together to take down Simply Fear Me. Beautiful job by these two at top mid, perfectly playing off each other, and now they're pushing them straight into the base. And you see how fast they're pushing? They're doing that in order to force out a split spawn on the opposite side. So these two players are basically going to have to play a 2v4, and then they'll turn around and try to do it on the other other side. This is where you start to see people get into spawn cycles. Bomax doing a great job. He's just going to stand here and get free shots on the player that runs out. Beautifully played. He's on a killing spree. Can he take down the overshield player in time? No, he runs out of bullets, unfortunately for him, but Simply Fear Me going to get it on his body. And how much damage can he do with this overshield? He finds Eli Elite. He gets immediately shot in the back, so no more overshield to work with. But man, that was a beautiful life from Bomax right there.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful plays from Cobra Kai, exactly as you said. Like, they were being the aggressors exactly as you should play on Regret, where forcing that split spawn, just pushing in exactly when you need to. And that's what's led them to the lead that they have now. Forcing now Elevate to play a little bit slower, you know, forcing them to have to try to regain map control. It looks like they have it a little bit, though, right? I mean, Simply is now taking up this position top car. He's got this plasma pistol. He's just trying to zone this out. But they have not been working together as well as we're used to seeing. They're being killed way too fast. Simply, I don't like him falling down here and chasing this player, even though he doesn't get that kill because he gets team shot. And I think that that is a critical mistake that they've made so far.
Yeah, if you're gonna fall down and chase that kill, you need to do it fast. He just walks forward, and that just bought enough time for the players at Cobra Kai to come out the sides and get the team shot necessary to take him down. And now it's a 16-year-old legend sitting at the P2 trying to stay alive. He's gonna eventually have to back down as we see this Elevate roster trying desperately to break out of their base and to get some top control. Eli Elite on a quick flank, but he's caught out and is back down. But Bomax, once again, man, he's been making critical plays this game. He finds assists, he finds kills that really elevate this team forward and above. And this is why they have an 11 kill lead, make it a 10 kill lead thus far, as Carmilla finds himself a double kill. This next overshield is going to be critical for Elevate to get, and it's going to be up in about 20 to 30 seconds.
Well, but even as you said before, they were able to get that other one. I think it was Simply, but he was really only able to get one kill out of it because the team shot, I think, out of Cobra Kai is really, really good. They're taking all those angles, just putting shots in everybody. I mean, it's just, they're in a position where it's just, they're constantly 2 down. The kill feed is just constantly 2 down, constantly 2 down. They're just running train here. Boom, picking up that overshield, gonna rotate back up into top P. Now this time he's gonna get shot as those players rotated a little bit too slow from Elevate down low, but he's got that overshield to deal with. Gets the perfect kill on Neurological, putting in shots across the map. His overshield is gone. Looks like that was almost a stick as he gets in some more serious damage to clean that one up. And this one, 40 to 27, a little bit bigger of a lead that I was expecting here. This Elevate team not quite able to make anything happen as yeah, Cobra Kai is just running away with this one.
Yeah, Cobra Kai just dominating in the second half so far. And I mean, that perfect kill that he got on that player at P2, Neuronical went down. When you got a plasma caster just blowing up everywhere, making your screen turn white, and you're able to hit a crispy 5 shot, that's when you know you're feeling each other. And I believe a player might have just changed teams. Did they give up? Did Carmera, I think Carmilla might have switched to yellow, or Bemsy switched to yellow. Yeah, so they're just giving it up. They said, hey, I've had enough. Let's go on to the third game. And that's what I'm worried about. That's the one thing that Elevate to me is worrisome, is that can their mental sustain, right? Like Bemsy switching teams right here. It's like, that's just like, I'm not a fan, right? Because just play out the game, let your team lose. Like, there's no reason for you to give it up early. You know, miracles don't always necessarily always happen, but there's always that chance. Bemsy just put a stop to it. And I'm not sure why. Maybe Carmilla lagged out. That could have happened, but I think he might have just switched teams to get this over.
Yeah, I mean, it's just sort of one of those plays that's just a little, it's just a little unprofessional, right? Like, yeah, I get it. You know, you're having a tough game here. You don't think you can come back. And while I don't think that that's true, right? It's not over till it's over. If you're going to give up with your team, just stand there, or just run around and talk with your team. Don't put any more energy into it. Like, focus maybe on your, talking with them to figure out what you're going to do for the next one. But switching teams like that, it's just, it's just a little bit in poor sport. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there. This one, obviously, whether it gets replayed or not, to any extent, I definitely think that it's largely in favor of Cobra Kai here. Taking this one, taking a quick look at the stats here. Bomax with 19 man. Kills, man. 5 deaths.
I'm telling you, bro, like, he's just different.
On point.
He's different, man. That map, that was like the best I've seen Bomax play. this entire tournament. We've seen him play quite a bit thus far. I mean, he just took over the game for his team. Incredible kills over and over again, as we are going to see some highlights of Bomex. Look, on top of this overshield, and then he went and used the overshield. This is the perfect kill I'm talking about. I love this. Neuronical's over at P2. He's going to pick up this caster. You know, this would be a great play. You know, use that caster to nullify the overshield, but then Bomex just absolutely demolishes him. Like, talk about shooting missiles, dude. What a 5-shot right there.
I know. That's just like, I could not hit that in my wildest dreams, and he's just firing it underneath pressure like that. So they go up. I mean, look at the score difference here. I think it was close for a little bit, but I'm pretty sure Cobruh Kai pretty much had a consistent lead on them the entire time. See, we saw some, you know, look at this. Vemzy and them just being trapped in the base there, coming in, picking up these double kills. I mean, there's only so many places to hide, right? I mean, this is regret. It's similar to Truth. It's not a complicated map by any stretch. It's not also very big, and
yeah, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm looking at the observer mode, and it shows Karmia just constantly spawning in, but I think he is on the map. So I was like, maybe Vemzy switched because like Karmia lagged out, but I don't think he did, because I saw 3 blue players on the screen, but it looks like Karmia is lagged out. So maybe we will have a replay from like when he lagged out, but I mean, it was like 44 to like 27 or something when that happened. So it's not like, I don't think that's really going to make a big difference. But yeah, interesting thing to know. Maybe he switched out because Karmia lagged out, and they were just like, okay, well, okay, so Karmia did not lag out. Thank you for coming in the chat. Just a weird observer glitch, probably because someone changed in the yellow team. Yeah, but I mean, I just like, just don't switch out, you know, like you don't, like that's not the way to be Sentinels. Like not everyone has to go quit out in game 5 when you're getting beat so hard, you know. That's like, just play out your game and do it that way, you know. Just have good sportsmanship. But that being said, we're moving on. Vemzy's still nasty at the game. I'm sure he'll be nasty on this one, as we are we're on going to game 3, tied 1-1. A dominating performance from Cobruh Kai in our second game. Can they maintain that dominating performance?
Yeah, I mean, we saw a pretty dominating performance from Elevate, I thought, in that oddball on Eden, right? So this is sort of, I feel like the scales are even right now between these two teams. This will be the one to tip it in one favor or another on board with Eli Elite. Running around down bottom, going to rotate through, pick up these players over in BR base, just going to put down these shots. And that's something that I've noticed that Cobruh Kai squad does a lot, is that they are just very much in favor of knowing where the people are and putting in the shots that they can. They don't necessarily need to kill them, especially in a game like Strongholds. You just have to secure 2 Strongholds, so they just got to zone them and basically make sure that they can't get in and behind them. Something you don't want is an Elevate player just ramming bullets down your throat.
And Switch playing that tower side with that scatter, and when that was all happening, all of Elevate went over to the nest. But there we go, Switch finds the triple kill, potential overkill. No, he punches too early. Oh man, the Switch overkill is stolen. But Bomex, also shout out to him, man. He was getting immense pressure from the nest. He was made one shot, he stays alive with this railgun, and now he's going to be putting it to work. Finds 2 kills of his own, and an early trip cap is in effect for this Cobruh Kai squad, and they're pushing forward. They are not holding back. These players are all going to fall down, and now it's going to be up to Bomex to turn around and try to find these players at Carbine. Do not get distracted by that player at E1. Make sure you apply some pressure on these players that spawn at back Carbine as they're trying to push out to nest. There we go, Bomex once again just taking over this game. He's played so well today. He just had an outstanding performance in our second game, and he's following it up with a great one in the third.
Oh my gosh, power weapon control, and they know how to use it. Garrett, like, this is just phenomenal performance here. They've taken control of it, as you said, had a triple cap for just a second there. It looks like they've sort of switched the spawns. We saw some nice angles being taken inside, and of course now we're switching off, they see belief to the outside, as it looks like blue team will take another one. But just as I say that, you know, that's still going in favor. They rotate back over, take the basement one, and now they're just flying over, setting up for this this is invis, excuse me, not overshield. Karmia going down to Elite. It looks like these guys are just flying at him now. Like, oh my gosh, they are playing phenomenal.
So Swish was able to get the camouflage, but he jumped right off the map right away. So maybe some missed movement right there. But yeah, the rail and the camo being able to be burned. And honestly, it's not the worst case scenario, right? Elevate, they needed that rail gun and camo. So maybe I'm not sure what exactly happened, but a great job keeping it out of their hands nonetheless. But Eli Elite's going crazy. It looks like everyone's just getting their opportunity. BoMX falls off the map. Well, everyone's just falling off the map. But yeah, Cobra Kai they look like they're just exposing Elevate. Like, they just look clearly better at this moment, and it doesn't even look close. Like, they're making them look like a round one matchup at the moment.
They really are. I mean, they're just playing they're playing at a faster speed, I think. I mean, it's probably why they're falling off the map so much. They're just trying to get everywhere as quick as possible and overshooting it a little bit. But man, now with Nemesis, with this scatter shot, immediately putting in those shots of that player. For Emzy, though, is going to 5-in. That's going to be 3 down for each team. I mean, oh my gosh, these guys are going at it as we still, though, see the triple cap in effect. Yeah, this one's pretty much over. What a quick game, Garrett.
Are we going to see a sub 4 minute, bro? Like, it's like, it feels like we're going to see a sub 4 minute. I'm not sure how the times work out exactly. If it's not sub 4, it's going to be just over 4 minutes, and that's incredibly fast for a Strongholds game if it does go to that distance. But BoMX, man, he has been insane this time around. Eli Elite is going and getting this hill. They are just melting everyone and everything they see. We're finally going to hit that 4 minute mark, and they're already past that 90-point mark. This is just a dominating performance from Cobra Kai. They desperately want to meet up with Flyers in that winners final. Swish getting his revenge on his old teammate as they're going to go up 2-1 in this series. And honestly, we need to see a strong response from Elevate, and specifically from Vemzy on this next map, Coliseum Flag, because we're really going to need to see that sniper rifle come out and put in work. It really comes down to Vemzy's sniper rifle if they're gonna win this series.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I mean, coming off of a loss like that, I mean, the first loss, right? You know, whatever happened there, it was pretty big. This one, I'd argue, is even bigger, 100-5. I mean, oh my gosh, look at the assists. I mean, the team shot here out of Cobra Kai. BoMX, 11-6, 7 assists. I mean, Eli Elite, least amount of kills, but most assists up there at the top of the scoreboard, rotating properly. I mean, they had a trip cap for like the majority of the game. And look at that time, Garrett, 4 minutes and 40 seconds. That is a fast Strongholds game. They were just on top of every single player at all times.
Now, last time I looked, I thought this was, competitive Halo esports. I didn't think that we were speed running Halo 5 Halo 5 tournaments, but that really does look like what's happening right now from this Cobra Kai squad. It's just a speed run at this point. 4 minutes and 39 seconds. That might be one of the fastest Strongholds games I've ever seen at the later half of a bracket. Like, we're in losers finals and we're seeing sub 5 minute Strongholds game. Absolutely dominating performance from this Cobra Kai squad. And honestly, if you're in Org right now, you're looking for someone to pick up, these 4 might be the answer. They're looking dominant, and they look like they'd be great to represent whoever you needed for this upcoming HCS season. Absolutely incredible performance from these 4.
Yeah, for sure. Elevate really struggling in this one, but hey, you know what happens? Swish with this beautiful triple, almost over. Really wanted him to hit that one. So this was early off in the game, and you could just see the speed and the power weapon control, that scatter shot. I'm not sure exactly if the invis was used super well or to great effect in this one, but that scatter shot, that railgun was used quite a bit, and just the positioning here from BoMX, Eli Elite, like they were just on point. And we saw that in the assists too, right? Like, that was something that they just shut every single other player down. They weren't letting anybody get away without at least 2 members of Cobra Kai shooting them.
Yeah, I honestly, there's just not too much to break down when a team just goes out, suffocates the other team, and then also individually just wins every gunfight. Like, you just can't break it down. Like, you can't really go like, oh, this is where Elevate went wrong and the game changed. It's just like, they lost every individual fight. They just execution was basically flawless from Cobra Kai. There really isn't much. Like, Elevate just need to put that game out of their mind. It's like, it's not even worth going back into the film, because all you're gonna see is just yourself getting dominated in every gunfight. And this is looking like a different Elevate. Like, we were seeing a dominant Elevate, like a confident Elevate. And what we saw right there is an Elevate that that looked scared. Like, they did not look like they wanted to push anything. They weren't playing together, and they're getting a little bit exposed on that map. The question is, can they respond back? And I hope so, because I like, just get Vemzy that sniper rifle and let him take over the game. Like, Elevate can definitely make themselves get into this 5th game, and who knows what happens on Plaza. We're gonna have another sniper rifle. We know how dominant Vemzy is with it, so really, he's gonna be the focus for me, at least, in this next map.
Yeah, I agree, and I think every map is different too, right? I mean, you can have a dominating performance on one, and then absolutely crap the bed on the others. And I think that this is, it certainly, as we see here, Cobruh getting control of this power weapon. Looks like nobody's grabbed the sniper just yet, as there is going to be a pull on the Eli Elite, though, gonna grab that sniper rifle. Pull coming out from Elevate just right off the bat, I think. And that's quick start to this game. Oh no, excuse me, I'm sorry. Cobruh Kai gets a really quick cap, and I'm surprised that they decided to go for that so far, especially with the rockets in hand of Cobruh here. So he's going to push up on this and just bait this so nicely, just making sure that no one's going to be able to make a play for it. Close. Got to win those individual fights there. He does take out that flag carrier, but it's going to be a little bit too late. And I think that first one's going to go on the board.
He blew his rocket way too early. Like, he saw the player on the mini map. No one knew he was there. Like, he had the right idea just to bait that flag with the rockets, and him just using that rocket and not hitting anything with it kind of just took away the win from the sales, and they couldn't quite get the return. And we've seen Cobruh Kai, like, you know, traditionally on this map in the last couple of years, we saw the meta transform heavily to seeing rock side runs where you heavily push into the elbow. We saw Flyers do it best back in the winners final, where they just dominated on this map by getting into the elbows, pushing through the window, and then finding flag caps this way. Cobruh Kai have opted to go mostly throughout the snipe side, but as this is happening, Neurotical hits some crazy snipes, and that's going to allow this flag to get back, and Elevate are just slaying everything on their way back. This should be a 1-1 game, largely due to the fact that Neurotical hitting some great snipe shots and getting some great kills on the map as he finds another perfect kill. Great life from Neurotical. Honestly, it feels like these two, Neurotical and Swish, are just trading blow for blow. You can tell that there is some love lost between these two as they're fighting former teammates from last season.
Oh my gosh, yes, Neurotical hitting those shots. Now Vemzy finding a little bit of a stride here with this DMR. He's going to be taken out, as this is going to be an opportunity for Swish to get a double and then potentially pull this flag. So he's going to hang back, try and catch some spawners out of control. He's probably waiting for some teammates.
Oh my Swish!
Winning that individual fight, jumping over these players, almost getting the back smack. Somebody coming in.
Swish, don't do it! Oh, Swish, what is that? He just 1v3'd them in their base.
I think
and then Nemesis gets a double kill, dude. Oh my, like, they're gonna just push through. Bomax gets this kill with the rockets. The rock side is exposed. They can just push through. Cobruh Kai has a lane. They can definitely take this. They're starting to push up on the snipe side. Is anyone in position for Cobruh Kai to get there? Who else but Eli Elite? He's putting damage in on the flag. They're gonna have to find him as he's hitting cross map shots, trying to find that player at the window. Isn't quite able to get the kill, but this is a collapse from Elevate. They're choking out this game. Eli Elite finds the kill. He's going to be able to get the pull, and he's going straight down the middle. The confidence from this squad is off the charts. They're trying to get it back towards snipe side, and then they're going to grab this snipe and try to use it to secure a flag cap.
Gosh, as the nades come out, a couple members go down from Elevate. Pushing up here, the nades coming out, flying back and forth. This is now heating up, Garrett. This is going super fast. Neurotical now with the sniper. We saw him do some work before. He has some nice top mid position, but it looks like there's players on both sides of him. He's not exactly sure which angle he should be looking to try and support. Missing a couple snipes. They of course know he got it in his hand, and he didn't move. I feel like I want to see this Elevate team rotate together. They're not moving, and therefore they're really subject to these dying just as the way they've done.
Yeah, and Eli Elite has this flag basically around the corner. There's really no one to stop him. And we thought they were going to come back. Elevate was going to do something this game, but it was just a dominating performance from Swish 5 and crew. Like, what a performance from this Cobruh Kai squad. We saw them clutch up in the series before. They come out, they have a rough game one, and then they just come back and get 3 in a row. Did I see an overkill from someone on the game? Oh, they backed out. We don't get to see who the overkill is. I
think it was Bohm. I think it was whoever was in the beginning. But yeah, taking a look at this, you mentioned sort of like pre-firing that rocket there, not able to make that play. He needed to wait for his teammates for that help there to be able to make that one happen, as Nemesis puts in the first flag on this one. And yeah, I mean, you know, same as the other one, I wouldn't really look at this game necessarily and say, you know, we break it down. What is there to analyze here? Because I just think that they went blow for blow, and it's the momentum just happened to be in favor of Cobra Kai this time, because we saw some life out of Elevate in the middle there. We see Vemzy get this double. They started to sort of put some things together. There's some beautiful plays by Neuronical, but Cobra Kai just answered back with the same level of intensity, if not more. And I think that going into this next finals, they got to be feeling good about that.
And Swish told me in the chat, he said he got the overkill. So Swish with the overkill in that game. I mean, like I said, bro, I've been saying it since the start of this tournament. Never doubt Swish Kyle Fives. He consistently finds himself in the grand finals of these open tournaments. I want to see it again. But man, dude, can we just talk for a second that we just saw a sub 5-minute game of Strongholds in a losers final, and then I think we just saw like what was that, like 4 maybe sub 5 minutes again, like in the flag game. Like this is like some of the fastest loser final domination I've seen from Cobra Kai. And it's not like they came here from the winners final. Like they had to work their way through the losers bracket to get here, and they took out a team that had a lot of hype behind it. People were crowning Vemzy as the next king and that he's going to be the next biggest deal, but really they just shut them up and just put Elevate in their place. Elevate needs to figure out a way to respond to this team come next week in the pro bracket.
Yeah, and I think they can do it. I think that they go to the drawing board. These guys are certainly capable, but I mean, man, the teamwork here out of Cobra Kai has been the thing that's really inspired, and I've noticed quite a bit, is that they just, not only are they just making the big plays that they need to make, but I think their teamwork has just been on point this whole time. And it's certainly, it's been flustering, right? Especially when, you're playing so fast against people that you just, you kind of like lose yourself to the play, especially with Halo 5, because it's such a fast-paced game that it just gets out of hand, as it did in these last 2 ones for the Elevate squad.
I mean, man, this was such a great match to watch, right? And it's like we came out and we thought it was going to be one way, that it was just going to be Elevate dominating after that first game, and that Slayer happens. Vemzy switches his colors to yellow, and really ever since that mindset happened, they never recovered. Like they never really had we saw a couple great moments from Neuronical in that last game. Neuronical in the first game was absolutely incredible as well, but everyone else just it was just lackluster from that entire roster in the last couple games. And now we have our grand finals cemented. We're gonna see Flyers take on this Cobra Kai squad, and I had Flyers winning this tournament when we first started, and man, Cobra Kai's making me hard. I don't want to doubt Swish Kyle Fives ever again.
No, I can see that. I mean, I think, we saw Flyers playing really well earlier, and I wonder now going into this next one, they're in the winners bracket. So in order for Swish and his squad to take it, they've got to win 2 best of 5s. Do you think that's possible, Gary? Because I mean, yes, they've got a lot of firepower behind them. They've seriously shown up against Vemzy and Carmilla and Neuronical, but this Flyers is a different squad. Is that going to happen?
I don't want to put it. I want to see at least a reset, right? And then let their gameplay decide on the second half. But I definitely think it's possible. And Taylor, it was a pleasure casting with you. I mean, thank you for coming out and giving me a break. I was able to listen with you and Tony, and you guys really brought that series to life in the previous one. And I was glad that I got the opportunity to cast with you. But I think we're going to move into our grand finals. I have Tony waiting in the wings. I'm going to bring you on, Tony. I want us to go to full screen with you. I want you to do your whole spiel. Get us hyped up for this for this grand finals.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is Why Not Be Reckless, aka Why Not Be Casting, aka I'm kind of a freaking big deal. If you don't know, now you know.
I like the energy, Tony. So grand finals, we're here. I told you never to doubt Swish Kyle Fives, and you know what? I feel like he came out and he performed. Can he maintain that momentum in this grand finals?
I mean, you said it over and over again. Don't doubt Swish Fives. I'm tired of doubting him. I'm tired of it. You're right. Garrett, you were absolutely right.
Like, the man's on a mission, right? You could definitely tell that he feels as if, you know, he was left out on this last rotation. Like, you know, I don't think all the teams were hitting up his line, trying to get on, trying to have him on his team after he was dropped from Force. And then he came out, he found this squad, and for them to come out and just dominate the way that they did through the losers bracket, for them to take out all the teams that probably passed him up. I love the energy that I've gotten from Swish and his crew this time around. All of them playing out of their minds, but they have a juggernaut to take down. I have this commonly squad, this Flyer squad. I have them being a top 4 team when Septify is on their roster, just zero filling in for the day. It's going to be a tough matchup.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think it's gonna be a tough matchup. I mean, Flyers is in the winners bracket for a reason, obviously. They've been playing lights out throughout the tournament, and I'm not gonna lie, I tend to be the prisoner of the moment at times. So I haven't seen Flyers in a while. I've seen a whole lot of Swish, Gary. I've seen a whole lot of Cobra Kai. So you know what? I want to go Cobra Kai, but I don't want to forget Flyers is in the winners. In the grand finals, be the winners bracket for a reason, and they do have an advantage, Gary. One best of 5 series, they take the win. No, Cobra Kai got to take 2.
No, I feel like they're probably just sitting at home and they're like, okay, whew, wax on, wax off, bro, and they're just practicing with their thumbs right now. You know, this Cobra Kai squad, they're just doing everything that Miyagi says, bro. They're waxing on, they're waxing off, they're painting the fence, they're getting themselves primed and ready, doing the work necessary for them to be ready to play in this grand finals. And we're just getting there. We're just have a couple things before we can get into this lobby and get it going, man. I'm really excited for this match. And okay, Tony, let's get the predictions out of the way. What do you got? What is the score? Who do you have winning this game?
I Swish. You know what? I said I'm tired of doubting Swish. I said I'm tired of doubting Cobra Kai. I'm gonna doubt him one more time. Just one more time, Gary. One more time. Well, I'm gonna say Flyers win this 3-1. They're not going to Game 5. Well, they're going to Game 5 for it. It's Flyers we're talking about. We're talking about commonly. We're talking about Envor. We're talking about just zero, not Septify, and Super CC of 8s. Oh, no, it's 3-1. Gary, it's 3-1.
3-1. Yeah, it's like, and I know I've been hyping up Swish this entire time, and like, you know, for that reason, like, I want Swish to go and prove all the haters wrong and put us into a second best of 5. But at the same time, when you look at it out of paper, this Flyers roster is the worst possible matchup for Swish and crew, right? Like, this is like, they do everything that we see, that we've been saying Cobra Kai has been doing great. They do all of that, but they just do it at a better level. I just feel like the teamwork from Commonly and Super CC, Onboard and Just Zero has just been incredible to watch thus far. When we saw them play that Coliseum flag in the winners final, where they just absolutely decimated Elevate in less than 2 minutes, like, that's what I expect to see in this series. That being said, we have to give a little bit of an advantage to the Cobra Kai squad, because they've been coming through the losers bracket. They're warm. They just played intense matches, and they should be ready just to absolutely rock it in this game. So I'm going to say we're going to have a reset, Tony, but then a 3-0 in the second reset in favor of Flyers.
Okay, so we're both going Flyers. I can't not give it to Commonly right here. You know, I just feel like he's one of the best pro players. Yeah. But either way, no matter what, we're going to see both of these teams next week playing for their lion's share of that $5,000 prize pool in the pro series, the pro section, you know, because the top 8 that make it out of this open are going into the pros to play the other top 8. So we're going to see the likes of Sentinels, Cloud9, Inconceivable. We're going to see these top teams. Okay, and we're going to see these two also playing against them. And you have said that this Flyer squad can make top 4. So you put them above KCP. I'm surprised. That you, Gary.
I don't necessarily put them above KCP. I just think that they can come out on any day and beat those top 4 teams. Like Cloud9, I feel like they match up so well against Cloud9, and then like It's like I think they have the chance. I want them to come out and prove it, right? Like, but like on paper, I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, this is a team that could beat anyone in the top 4 any given day. I don't necessarily see them going and winning the chip first time round, but if they keep building their momentum, I think we can see it. But Tony, I was looking at the predictions that we have in the channel, and I just want to say the disrespect that Cobra Kai is seeing right now. I think it was like 9% in favor of Cobra Kai when I last looked. Guys, go check your channel points underneath the chat and see how many you have. If you've been watching the stream, you should have some to bet on. Go give some love to Cobra Kai. Get some betting on. If they win, it's going to be a massive payout for Cobra Kai. Go use those predictions over there. But yeah, once again, we're just waiting for everyone to get into this lobby. And, you know, we've just been having a great tournament, Tony. I think we're like, 7.5 hours in? This has been a really fun one.
It's been a great one. And honestly, a big shout out to you. You